The lettuce one.
the lettuce one. Oh,
Team lettuce.
So do you know about that, Kirk?
No.
So
I just laughed because it's
someone
funny.
put a YouTube stream up, wasn't it? Was it a website or
was it? I don't know. Was it like the Daily Mail or something?
Yeah. No, it was the Daily Star.
The Daily Star.
You know what the Daily Star's like? They're trash. Yeah. And they literally were like
live streaming.
They were live streaming for 24/7 a lettuce, and they were like, "Will Liz Truss last longer as Prime Minister than a lettuce will last before it rots?"
The lettuce one.
The lettuce. so to put it into perspective, bear in mind, so we last recorded 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Because obviously to part the kimono for the listeners a bit, to peek behind the curtain, we tend to record in batches so that we can get ourselves ahead. Which is why,
just like Jimmy Carr.
Yeah, but it's also why you'll hear some episodes really reference current events and then others won't. Yeah. But it's literally been 2 weeks. And 2 weeks ago, I was taking the piss out of how Boris Johnson
almost killed you.
Almost killed me.
Yeah.
And now the Prime Minister that replaced Boris Johnson has already been replaced. The country is so shit that we are it's literally like it's turning into jury service.
Yeah.
It's like, when am I going to get a letter that says it's my fortnight to be Prime Minister?
I mean, that's how it should be done. Lottery.
I think so. I'd fucking sort it all out.
Welcome to another episode of Would a Panther Kill a Raccoon in the Wild?
The show we were too lazy to pitch to TV.
The podcast game show where two friends argue about the third's most burning and sometimes pointless questions in order to get a much-needed point in our season-long contest.
In some rounds, the two answerers don't always get to choose which side of an argument they're fighting for, which leads to some quick thinking and often has them mainly persuading themselves, but more importantly, the questioner to believe in what they're saying.
In other rounds, the answerers get a more open question where they can be far more creative with their choices, but they only get a short amount of time, and whatever they say first, they must stick with, no takebacks.
Our special round for Season 1 is Round 3 Fight, where the questioner will pick a universe from which the answerers must pick a character within it, and they must convince the questioner that their character will win in a one-on-one fight to the death.
That's the game.
Well done, Dan.
Oh, I can do it.
Okay.
No?
Yep.
No?
Whenever you're ready, mate.
You ready?
We're ready.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Kirk, you ready?
I'm ready.
James, you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready, Kirk?
Yeah, I'm so ready.
Hey, I'm ready.
Good. As long as we're ready.
What episode is it?
This is episode 10.
Episode 10.
Yeah, the big one.
We're in 2 digits.
10 whole episodes. Here we are with Stop laughing at me.
Oh, Dan, you've got no microphone etiquette whatsoever.
No.
We're just talking, and then it's like, we're just talking, yeah, we're talking. It's not even like you're going to give like a like a cut. It's just like, we're talking. Anyway, now we're doing the show.
It's going to bring Dan down.
Problem?
Go on, Dan, you do your intro, mate. Carry on.
Episode 10, Would a Panther Kill a Raccoon in the Wild? Here we are. Let's go.
Well done for bringing the hype there, Daniel.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to, and then you ruined it by laughing at me.
What are the scores, Dan?
Not going to lie, I can't remember.
You just said a minute ago.
So,
not going to lie, I wasn't listening.
Kirk is on 8.
Kirk is on 8. I'm on 9.
Yep.
You're on 10?
Yep, that's
10.
right.
Cool.
And this is obviously episode 10. So
Yeah.
The big 1-0, the first one in double digits. So we've got another, 89 of these before we leave double digits. Whoop, whoop. Double digits. Come back next week for triple digits.
Good Lord.
Yeah, so it's going well so far, isn't it? We're climbing up those listens. We're nearly touching 1,000 listens, which is great. Yeah, it's nice to know that people have listened to us chat shit almost 1,000 times.
Yeah.
We're getting those reviews on Apple Podcasts as well.
I mean, I'm so used to my partner not listening to any of my shit, so this is fantastic.
Does she listen, does she?
No, hardly.
Yeah, Celeste doesn't listen to mine. Does Lauren listen?
Yeah.
Lauren listens.
She's a bit behind, but...
Yeah.
Oh, at least it's there.
But like we sparked some interesting discussion in the WhatsApp groups today, didn't we, with Small Soldiers on PS1?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, episode 10. This is also, I guess, our official first ever special.
Yeah.
And Kirk's going to give me some crows squawking now.
Right
and
now,
some
yeah.
thunder and maybe some rain. And I'm going to go... It's the spooky episode. It's Halloween.
Yes, as listeners, you're listening to this on 3 days before Halloween, so we thought we may as well make some effort.
We ain't gonna fucking do another release on Halloween.
No.
I know for a fact I'll be very hungover on Halloween.
Where are you going?
Wait, no.
Halloween's Monday.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
Still.
I'll be
Statement
hungover.
stand.
I'll be hungover on Sunday.
Fair enough, it'll carry.
Yeah. And I also forgot
Like long division.
This is the first Halloween since I've owned my own house, so I'm guessing I need to buy sweets in case people trick or treat.
Right, I thought this too. I'm in the same position.
No. You just turn your lights off.
I'm not going to sit in the dark all night.
But this light's fine. I don't want to see this one. Just as long as the front ones are off.
Yeah.
That's what we always used to do.
Yeah.
I think it's like etiquette. If you don't have any Halloween decorations, don't go to the door.
Yeah, but no fucker has Halloween decorations.
Exactly. Just stay at home, buy your own sweets.
The thing is, you guys still live in Coventry.
This part of town, I mean, this area of Coventry, you could see a bloke with a knife in his chest and go, "Oh, Halloween decoration." No, that's just where we are. We're in Coventry.
Whereas I live, so lots of young families around. So I think I will get a few.
Yeah, you live in posh ends, though, don't you?
You should give them grapes.
Carrots.
Quiche.
Baby carrots.
Quiche.
Hot quiche.
Hot quiche.
That sounds like a band name.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Hot quiche. Right, so we are getting on with it, getting jiggy with it. Bam, chicka wah, chicka wah wah.
Yeah. Oh, wait, the coin.
I want to play a game. Do we have the NQ64 coin still?
I think I do. Give me a second. Go and find it.
I think I've got one somewhere, but I'm not going to go and look for it. Oh.
Yes, I do.
Oh, baby.
It'd be really cool if they dated these.
It'd also be really cool if they sponsored us, considering we shout them out now every episode.
Yeah.
We use the coin.
NQ64.
Don't look at me so disappointed, Dan, because I'm whoring myself out for sponsorships. Yeah.
It explicitly says no cash value on here, which I'm pretty sure is what they'd give us for sponsorship.
That's fine if they gave us a discount.
Yeah, fair. Give us an arcade machine.
Yeah. I've already got one of them. That Celeste bought and doesn't use.
Who could have predicted that?
And I was the fucker who had to build it. Anyway, Kirk, you're opening today with
Yes,
our
I'm
first
going to let
closed
one
question.
of you get even further away from me. Okay, I have the closed question. I'm going to flip a coin. You only get one choice here. I thought it'd go a bit weird. It's Halloween, but it's not really scary. It's just weird. Would you rather share a bed with a walrus or an eel?
Okay.
Think about the pros and cons. That's the question. I'm at my coin here. I've got a logo on one side and a arcade machine on the other.
What type of eel?
I was thinking electric, but let's just a normal like a river eel, like
the ones that end up in pies in London. Eel pie, governor.
Sure, it's a fairly, it's not massive, but a fairly normal sized eel.
Yeah. The only other one I can think of was a moray.
Oh, wow, wow.
The big one.
Yeah, Jesus, not that one. Normal, just a normal eel.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So if it's a logo, James.
Yep.
You are the walrus.
Okay.
Here we go.
I am.
So he is the walrus, and I'm getting in bed with him.
It is an arcade machine. You are eel, James.
Yes.
Dan, you are the walrus.
Yes.
Your argument, please, gents.
Eels don't take up that much space in the bed. Eels are pretty slimy, but
we've not defined the size of the bed, so
it's a California king.
That is nice. Okay, but a fully grown walrus is still
the walrus is basically the bed, right?
It's pretty big.
The walrus is pretty fucking big. I could sleep in a California king bed with an eel and not even know it was there.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, eels are slimy, and as Mighty Boo says, eels up inside you find an entrance where they can. Could potentially lead to some interesting antics in the bedroom.
Danny,
hang on a minute.
Stroking the eel has to be another name for wanking, right?
It's got to be
stroking the eel. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
BRB gonna stroke my eel.
Catching the eels.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's disappointing.
Dan's disappointed face came out, everyone. Dan wants to take a point off Kirk for that joke.
I'm going to have to start writing these down.
It's good that this isn't the game, because I would lose a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and listen, see how many points I've done.
Yeah, it's when we have the official scores, and then Dan's like, "No, wait,
Hang on."
In episode 4,
I win because I'm the only one that didn't play in the space.
Okay, so James, your argument is that there's a lot of space in this bed.
I'm in the space.
You're in the space.
I'm playing in the space,
And there's a lot of space in the bed.
He's playing with the eel in the space.
Yeah. And that's it. That eel can be as close or as far away as I dictate it to be.
Sure.
Like,
Sure.
Eels aren't notoriously bad at traversing on land.
Yeah.
So
Would it just die?
Yeah, that's
Would you
also-
wake up to a dead eel in the bed?
Yeah, that's one thing we're going to come to, yeah.
but then that is a nutritious Cockney breakfast.
Yeah. What to say? Pop it in the.
Pop it in the old air fryer.
So you get breakfast too.
Yep.
Interesting.
Breakfast in bed.
What about the walrus, Dan?
I think the obvious thing is he's
Didn't
big.
the Beatles write a song called "I Am the Walrus"?
Yes, I am the Eggman. I am the Eggman.
Are you the
I am the
walrus?
walrus.
So am I in bed with all the Beatles?
I was going to say Elton John, and I meant John Lennon. Then I was like, Elton John.
No.
John Lennon's corpse is there.
Yeah. Oh God. Would you rather be in a bed with John Lennon's corpse or a dead eel? is where we're at.
Which, I Am the Walrus. That's got to have been a Ringo song, right?
Surely.
Or is it a Paul McCartney on his acid trip
I think
days?
it definitely got me an acid trip day, for sure.
Sorry, Dan, you carry on with your pathetic and pointless argument because I've won this already.
Big cuddly boy
Yeah.
is the obvious thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Very blubbery.
I can't stop thinking about the eel.
I have disarmed him with my argument. What about the
Wiggling into places we don't want it.
what about the tusks?
Oh, yeah,
What about
they're
them?
there?
Like tusks are dangerous, man.
I think it's a friendly walrus. I think he's well trained. You can train a walrus. Give me high fives. Give me good spanking.
The walruses smell.
Probably.
I was going to say, so eels would smell too, right? Because they would smell
Fishy.
like a fish, whereas walrus would smell like the fish they've just eaten.
Or
Yeah.
like a walrus.
I mean,
Yeah.
so I know walruses. Walruses.
Whoa, that's a whole new question right there.
Walrus. Walrusians.
Or is it like sheep? Is walrus just the term?
Walrus.
I think it's just
Walrus.
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 Walrus. I know they're not the same as seals, but I went to Norfolk earlier on this year, and I went to the beach, and the seals were all there breeding and mating and doing their thing. Did you know? I read somewhere, I think it was at this beach, like 75% of the world's seals come to the UK most of the year. Like,
Is it to see the London Eye?
Shit holiday, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. But especially on the East Coast, the North Sea. Like when you're that side,
Yeah.
the waves are crap.
On the way to Skegness.
Yeah, the beaches are just.
Mm.
But yeah, it was really cool to see, but they fucking stank. Like you were stood around this big group of seals, and there was basically people in high visors that were stopping you from getting too close to them, which is really annoying because seals are so fluffy. And like baby seals, I just want to pick one up and run it like a rugby ball away because it's so fluffy and cute. But they fucking stank.
Mm.
But also, it was pretty gnarly because there were points like we were walking along and like, oh, they stink, and they stink like, you know, like imagine a mix of fishmongers and fart. Like that's kind of where they
I'm
stink.
pretty sure Dan knows that smell quite well.
Yeah. Lauren, God's sake.
They are like they are. Yeah, they do smell. But do you know what's worse is because obviously they don't want people interfering with the natural ecosystem, blah blah blah, around there. When they do it, they are really strict on it. Like, you know, you're not allowed to touch anything. You have to basically stand so far away. Blah blah blah. If they die, they just leave them there to rot on the beach.
So, James, how are you going to deal with... Okay,
Can I have a turn?
Yeah, sure. Sorry. I thought you'd been, and then James keeps talking. Yeah, you're right.
I need to ask some questions.
Yeah.
What's the, like, it's very, like, open-ended here, isn't it? Like, you're just getting in bed with the animal.
Yes, nothing else is happening.
So-
You're going to sleep.
Are you like, do you, like, is there foreplay? Like, do I invite the walrus in and be like, oh, you've got to come to bed with me tonight? And
no, you found yourself in a situation where...
What's the sentience level of this walrus?
No. It's a bit like a dog in terms of this dog sees a comfy bed and wants to sleep there.
Oh, right.
That's what this walrus is doing.
Right.
And the same as the eel. They've gone, this looks comfy. I'm gonna sleep here.
I'd still be more curious as to how the eel, a fully aquatic animal,
flopped its way through your letterbox.
Made its way to the point where I've got this California king bed.
I mean, James, I'd also like to know if a panther would kill a raccoon in the wild, but we're not going to know. So let's just play in the space.
Yeah. So
through the space. Let's play in the space.
So anyway, I'm going to ignore everything you've just said. My walrus. I've invited them in.
What's their name?
They haven't asked yet. Okay. Think of a walrus name, and I'll agree with it. So I've invited them in.
Walter.
Sure. I've invited them in. Make yourself at home. And they've took that literally.
Yep.
And I've gone, do you want some supper or anything? You know, a little bit of this. They have some supper, maybe take a bath, get rid of the smell.
Okay, yeah. Scented candles, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's nice. So you just sleep in the spare room, and I'll see you later. And then I've gone down and do some other bits, and I've gone upstairs. They're in my bed, right?
Yeah.
That's what's happened.
Yeah.
And I'm forced to sleep in that bed with them.
Yeah. Because
for some reason I don't want to sleep in the spare bed.
No.
Because why would I do that?
It's not been made. That's why it's in yours.
Standard me. And we're in a cost of living crisis, so don't bother turning the heating on. We've got a walrus to keep me warm.
Fair enough. That's a solid argument right there.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. And at least he appreciates my hospitality for the most part, apart from the bed making. But he's got a better one now, so it's for the best.
That's a good shout.
An eel can't do that. It just goes.
No, I see. This is where I'm gonna derail you here, my friend. We're in a cost of living crisis.
It's a walrus, not a train. Minus 2 points.
I want to repeat, this is not an electric eel.
Damn it.
I knew exactly where you were going with that. You can't plug him into the wall.
What I was going to say was we're in a cost of living crisis, right? So,
yeah.
And the government says instead of turning on your heating, use an electric blanket.
Yeah.
Electric eel in a blanket would do the same job as an electric blanket.
Yeah.
Would it? No.
Yeah, it would. Definitely.
Either way, it doesn't matter because it's not an electric eel. But also, that's not how it works. No.
I think it is how it works.
You think wrong.
I haven't seen the science that proves it doesn't work.
It's just not.
So, what about... So
it doesn't... It can... whatever.
If we're getting into semantics, Dan, like how did this walrus get from the beach up to your house? Through the door. Walruses don't take the bus. It doesn't work like that.
You ever seen a walrus on a bus? I have.
Have you ever seen an eel charge a blanket?
Yeah.
There you go.
Didn't work.
So what do you be more worried about? So you've fallen asleep and then...
I'd definitely be more worried about eels going up inside you, finding an entrance where they can.
Okay, yeah, sure.
But also, genuinely...
Looking for some liquid.
Genuinely... The California king bed, the eel, is pretty fucked in terms of the fact that it can't move anyway. So if the rule is I have to sleep with it in the same... if I have to put it in the same... If I have to share a bed with it,
yes.
I could literally pick it up with a horrible rubber glove, put it on the far side of the bed, and then just fucking leave it there. Or, guess what? Flip diddy hip. It'll be dead by the time I fucking get into bed. I'll put it in bed. I'll say...
You could probably just smack it with a frying pan.
Frying pan.
Frying pan.
Frying pan.
Frying pan, to be honest.
That is a key point, is if either...
I could do that to the walrus, but...
either of these animals get Larry... I've got a better chance.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's why I've buttered him up.
You've lubed up your walrus.
One more thing to add to this question.
So does the walrus take humans up inside you?
One more thing to add is this guest of yours needs to stay alive.
Well, that's not physically possible.
Well, hang on, we'll get there. Well, it is. If you think about it, it is. I've thought about it greatly. It's been a question.
He's just made this rule for some reason.
No. So, for instance, a walrus loves the cold. They live in the Antarctic most of the time, or the Arctic, whichever one they're in.
Well, the heating's not on, so it's fine.
Okay, cool. But he wants it really cold, so he's put the aircon on.
Oh, okay.
It's got really cold. He
Cost
wants
of living
it
crisis. Walrus don't care.
The eel does need to be in some level of water to keep it alive.
Yeah.
And you need to be in the same bed. So,
can I put it in a tank and put the tank in the bed?
You could.
Well, there you go.
Okay. So you're sleeping with the tank now.
Yeah, but that's like California king bed and a little fucking tropical fish tank that's big enough to keep an eel in for 12 hours. Easy street, mate. Easy street.
Just don't knock it off when you sleep.
Yeah, don't knock it off. It's class, though.
Do you have prep time?
Well, yeah. Okay, I guess so. What do you want to do? I'm intrigued now.
Well, my prep time is buying a fish tank.
Buying a fish tank and filling it up, yeah.
Well, apparently I've got prep time. I've given him a bath.
Yeah. You've butted him up, yeah.
I'll give him an ice bath. I've honestly forgotten where I was going with this.
So the idea is James is comfortable with a fish tank in his bed.
I'm comfortable with a walrus in my bed.
But are you comfortable with it being ice cold?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am always sweaty in bed.
I am too.
It's horrid.
I bought a portable air conditioner.
I'll just wake up. Like in the mornings, I'm freezing, but I live like that already. So as soon as I wake up, I bought be in a nice hot shower. So
I bought a portable air conditioner this summer, and I'm still using it now. Celeste hates me for it.
Yeah,
but I have this thing.
It has warmed up though.
I have this thing where I would rather the bedroom be completely freezing, so when you get into bed, it's nice and cozy.
Yeah. Like I'm always too hot.
Yeah, me too.
Like when I'm an idiot. Like when I come to football training with all my Under Armour on.
Yeah,
I always regret it.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm the same.
I basically have to choose chafing or overheating.
Yeah. Well, it's like that's why
I always choose overheating.
Yeah.
That's why I try and do it where I like have layers. So like I'll always wear like a t-shirt and a sleeveless shirt, so I can swap between the two. And I tend to go, rather than like Under Armour leggings, I'll go for like football socks, because football socks you can pull up or pull down. And sometimes I'll wear like base layer shorts, like, compression shorts to keep that part of my legs warm as well. We're not here for advice on
no, we're not.
I also take a lot of cold showers.
Interesting.
I'm a fan of cold showers.
That's cool. I know people like that. Yeah,
very nice actually.
But
on the right day, which is quite a lot.
So you're in this cold atmosphere.
What happens if the walrus rolls?
It's just one night, innit?
What happens if the walrus rolls over?
It's a valid point. I'm glad you brought it up.
Big dead.
Yeah,
big dead.
Well, can I wait until I'm 50 for
crash legs? Oh no! It's episode 1 all over again.
Throwback.
You wouldn't be doing that with a walrus.
So prep time. Actually, there's a good point. Could I cut the bed so that when he gets in bed, he kind of falls into like a dip? So I dig almost like a hole in the bed.
Okay, yeah, I'll give
it's not all the way through.
Yeah.
So he kind of goes lower, so that if he rolls, he'll just bounce off the side.
Yeah,
if I roll, I'll just roll onto him.
I think he'd fucking do that anyway, wouldn't he?
He'd sink it.
Most beds wouldn't be able to support the weight of a fall.
They're a good half a ton.
He'd go to the toilet in the night, and I'd be there like on the bed, and I'd suddenly hit the ceiling.
I think the worst thing would be if he got in the bed and it sank. Then you'd probably at some point roll on top of him in the night, and then you'd wake up like making out with a walrus. Especially if it's mating season and he's feeling frisky.
Oh man. Okay, well...
Whereas my eel's nicely contained in a temperature control.
I think my sleeping...
And actually, my eel being in a tank, like the fact that the eel has to survive the night, greatly quashes the fears of eels getting up inside you.
You've got a glass barrier between you.
That's true.
And
put a lid on it though, just in case.
Yeah. But you get what I mean? Like the biggest fear, which is I'm going to wake up and have found myself penetrated against my will by a sea creature, has been alleviated by the fact that he is now contained.
My fear then would be that if it is a glass tank and I knocked it off in the night, and then I got up in the night and walked on the glass.
Oh yeah, I know that is a fear, and I imagine the sound of the water pump running will make me need to get up.
Yeah, there's a lot of noise.
I'm used to that. Keep my fish tank right next to my head.
I sleep with headphones, so this shows you how fucked up I am. I sleep with the fan on or the air conditioner, which obviously generates noise. I sleep with a little Google Mini speaker playing rain noise as well, and I also put a headphone in.
Yeah.
In order for me to be able to shut off, I have to overstimulate myself. It's weird.
I would gain a new friend. I think we'd be good friends.
Good friends. Cuddly friends.
Yeah, because walrus have the in walruses still at that. Walry have a bit more intelligence, and they can.
That's true. They
can be trained and stuff, and that.
I would have a perfectly pleasant night with.
I think I'd have a perfectly pleasant night
with a fish tank at the far end of a California king bed. That probably wouldn't even faze me as long as I slept bathroom side.
Fish tanks are heavy though, right? That's the thing. It's that much water.
How big's the eel?
Yeah, but the fish tanks aren't as heavy as a fucking walrus, my guy.
True.
Yeah, but I've gotten around that by sleeping on top of the walrus.
Yeah, it's cuddly. It's warm. It's soft.
Toasty.
It's squishy. If I'm quite a violent turner.
You didn't seem like that when we spent the night in bed together.
I can be. In fact, I broke some what do you call it? The bed things, the
slats.
The slats. I broke some of those the other day just from turning.
Also, if he likes it cold,
I break them all the time, but not from turning.
If he likes it cold, so this is another thing that my temperature fluctuates a lot. So I find myself if I come out of the blanket, I'm a little bit chilly.
Oh yeah.
And then as soon as I get in, I'm sweating. So his body might either be the thing I need when I'm getting a bit chilly, or it might be cold.
It would be chilly in the room because he wants it chilly.
Yeah. So if I get a little bit chilly, I can just nuzzle up, and then if not, I can just put my head on the cold pillow, which is nothing beats the cold side of a pillow.
Nothing beats that new car smell.
Okay, so Dan's got a use for his.
Does it smell like eel?
Dan's found a use for his unwanted visitor.
Yeah.
I've invited him in. He's wanted.
Oh, he's wanted now. But what's a use for the eel?
Breakfast.
Butt stuff.
Breakfast. Dan's got this image in his head of him skipping down the street with his new best friend, the fucking walrus. I'm like,
we'll get the bus together.
This is a one-time thing. I'm having this eel, and then guess what? I'm trying eel pie in the morning. Jellied eels.
I would have just moved the tank to another location and had a pet eel.
See,
I never look at my Plex at home and go, that would be delicious.
Yeah, but how many people standing outside the River Thames will turn around and go, "Oh, do you want a Pleck pie? Do you want jellied Plex? All right, Governor. Wondering if you want some jellied Plex."
You've both done really well in this one. I quite like this. This has been a really good one, more than I thought it would be.
Yep.
Remember, you're trying to convince me, and unfortunately, James, you pulled out a meat eating argument.
Oh, I was about to say that, but
so that's point number one. And I, in my head, I had an idea of what would be the best uses for these two animals. Dan, you said the right one, which is obviously keeping warm, and they're used to doing this in like the cold. James, I'm surprised you didn't just say waterbed.
I was thinking waterbed earlier, but then I didn't want to say it because
eel could live in the waterbed. You're sharing the space. You're sharing the bed. It's a little thing. You got it there. You never went there though. So Dan's got the point.
Thank you.
Well done, Dan.
I also was, for some reason, I want to cut a hole in the bed. I was going to say, why don't you cut a hole in the bed and put a tank in it and then cover it up?
Well, I did think about that, and then I thought I'll get accused of robbing your idea. So
yeah, it's true.
No, congratulations, Daniel.
Ta.
That puts you on 10.
Yeah.
That puts me on 10, and Kirk still on 8. But don't worry, Kirk, you've got 2 opportunities to make this.
I can make this 10-10-10.
A tasty round 10.
Bring on the walrus.
I'm really hungry though, so we're gonna see how that fares. Last time we did a hungry episode, it did not go well.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite hungry.
Well, once we've done this episode, we'll get some food.
Yeah, we will.
We'll get some spicier meatballs. Sorry, Kirk. Spicier vegetables.
Did those vegetables come with salt?
What? Why?
A bit salty there.
I don't know.
No?
Not at all.
No?
No, that wasn't salty at all.
No? Okay.
It wasn't
Fair
salty at all.
Fair enough.
Vinegar, maybe, but right, Daniel, your question.
So I've got the open question.
Yes, you have, Danny boy.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
Spooky, scary skeletons. Spooky. Speaking of which, do you remember that? What was that TV show? I want to say it was called Scary Bones.
Funny Bones?
Funny Bones. Was that it? The one where it's like what was the theme?
There was
song?
a book series as well.
Yeah, what was
Family of Skeletons.
Yeah,
right?
what was the theme song?
Um,
I'm gonna have to find this now.
They had the dog and everything, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Something like that, right? Didn't it sound like xylophone kind of music or marimbas?
Pause.
Marimbas.
Dark town in dark.
That's it. Oh, what a
In the
throwback.
dark town, there's a dark street. In the dark street, there's a dark house. In the dark house, there's a bunch of fucking skeletons.
All three podcasters.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Spooky.
Anyway.
Thunderclap, crow squawk.
Anyway.
Question 2.
So, little open question for you.
Okay.
Coventry is where we're at,
Yep.
right? So,
Yeah.
the apocalypse is here.
Yep.
Zombie apocalypse is here.
Great.
Yep.
Halloween.
Yep.
In Coventry, within the ring road. So,
This is going to be really difficult for people who are from Coventry.
it's in Coventry. We have a ring road. There's stuff inside it.
Yep.
The
Within
whole city centre is within a circuit.
And to be fair, we discussed this before, actually. What we like about Coventry is because there is a ring road, it can't get bigger like like Manchester has.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, the zombie apocalypse has happened.
Yep.
You have to pick a store or restaurant, like a business within the ring road to hold up in.
Got a question.
Okay.
Does the business still have to exist?
That was
The
also my
business
question.
has to be running. You can't have IKEA.
Damn it. Because
I was going to say BHS
BHS would have been good.
because I used to work there and everything.
What
So imagine if it happened today.
Does it have to be?
You were in the middle of town and you had to you had to go, right, I need to get into a decent place where I can hold up. You're going to be there for whoever knows how long.
Yep.
And we'll see how this question progresses.
I'm going for Boom Battle Bar.
Oh, yeah, because they've got axes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
And they're upstairs.
Yes, that is a good shout. I was going to go with, it's now the Slug and Lettuce. It was the establishment.
Yes.
Because
it's got the prison underneath.
it's got the prison underneath.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was a medieval courthouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's literally got a fucking hole in the floor
Yeah.
that you could turn into a trap door.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And that is inside the ring road. So,
So,
well,
yeah,
good.
it's old medieval build. It's got 2 floors as well, with plenty of space, plenty of room to sleep in. So if it's not just me, it's got supplies because it's a bar and restaurant.
Yeah.
So you've got food and drink. You've got plenty of storage space in the cellar, as well as the fact that it was a prison, so it's very easily
Cool. I'm going to stop you there because I'm going to do like you did, like a story about it.
Okay.
So you've run into this place.
Yep.
Yep.
Either or. What are you barricading the door with?
Tables and chairs to start with.
Standard.
Pool tables.
Pool table. Cool. So you've barricaded that. That was a nice simple one. You've gone in. What's the first thing you're going to do in there?
Well, after I barricaded the door.
Yeah. Well, you've done that and you've gone.
Yeah. So then we're looking at potentially dismantling certain furniture and things to make weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Because the one thing is with the establishment being medieval is lots of very heavy wood.
That's true.
And things. And also, because it's a kitchen, because it's a restaurant, there's going to be plenty of knives and things and available. So it would be gathering things to defend oneself with.
I've got a nice story or 2 flights of stairs. So I'm still barricading those stairs to make it even harder for those zombies to get up.
Nice.
I'm using the shuffleboards. They've got their nice and long pieces of wood. I'm breaking those up, making some nice barricades out of that. It's a bar. It's full of alcohol. I'm making Molotov cocktails too.
Yep, that's
Nice.
a good point. That's a good point.
Don't
But
burn.
also, you probably want to drink some of that alcohol to pass the time.
Yes, I do.
Don't burn down the building you're holed up in.
And because obviously it helps clean wounds.
Yes.
Now, obviously, with it being a restaurant or restaurant bar, whatever, there will be a certain amount of medical supplies available. So we want to make sure we know where all of those
Plenty
are.
of blue plasters.
Yeah, want to know where those are. We want to have a quick scan of the food, make sure we know where we're at in terms of long life versus short life food.
It's true. Boom Battle Bar mainly has chips.
Yeah,
Starchy hot dog things. So it's quite a long life in terms of those kind of things. Frozen.
As a slug of lettuce, I've got decent food. And plenty of cocktail stuff. Now, another thing, sorry, do you want to take us to the next?
No, you carry on.
So another thing that I would look at doing as well as a precaution is reopening the hole in the floor as a proper trapdoor. Because it's there. It was there, I believe, designed as like to hang people.
Yeah. It's a galley.
It's basically a gallows because it basically was a drop down door. So it'd be pretty good to have that, as that obviously is a defense method if people do get inside. I'd be.
Where does that trapdoor lead though? Does that lead down to the cells that you also want to use?
Yeah.
Okay. So it makes those cells pretty useless if you're trapping zombies down there.
Well, no, because
you're going to imprison zombies down.
Zombies are there.
Okay. Cool. I thought you were using it as like a self barricade thing.
No.
Okay.
I would rather keep myself with as much space to roam as possible. But I would also be fortifying the upstairs to be living quarters and to be in a position where they can be easily blocked off should they need to be.
Cool. So, gone in, you've done that.
Yep.
You've gone into another area of each of your buildings.
Yep.
There's already one other person in there. Okay.
Yep.
They're pretty friendly that, they realise the situation.
What's their name?
They're not about to screw you over. Barry.
Cool. Is that short for barreled?
Barreled. Indeed.
Well, seriously, if Harry is short for Harold.
And you've got Gary short for Garrold.
Yeah. Therefore, Barry must be short for barreled.
Well, Larry isn't short for Larold.
It's
short for Lawrence.
Yeah, but that's... So you said it's Borrance.
Lawrence Johnson. Yeah, Barry, sure.
So you decide that you need to go and grab some supplies from one of the nearby businesses.
Yep.
You've gone in here and you've realised, actually, there's not as much as I thought there is.
Okay.
And we need to go and do a run. So you've got your teammate.
Yep.
It has to be, obviously, for listeners, they won't know massively the vicinity, but obviously you guys do.
So we're actually
really close,
pretty close to each other.
About a 2-minute walk from each other.
Yeah.
We're basically on the other side of a church to each other.
I am literally next door to Wilco's.
Yes.
I have everything I need.
I was going to say I would probably go to Wilco's as well because I'm literally a street away from Wilco's.
I was going to say, so it's calmed down a bit. You've seen the coast is clear. That's where
However, may I add in a thing? To get to Wilco's from where James is, he has to go through a graveyard.
Yes,
full of zombies.
True.
You do.
That's true.
Unless he goes the other way around.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
But there's also plenty of restaurants around by me.
Yeah.
And you've got the Guildhall, which has lots of old-timey stuff. It's very sharp, including a few suits of armor.
Yeah. I've just realised that you've both got pretty much as close to the graveyard as you possibly can.
Yeah.
The only close one would be the Weatherspoons.
I'd also like to point out though that with going back a sec. I mean, with my venue, James, okay, he's in a restaurant, got fuck all to do there other than eat. I've got Boom Battle Bar. I can do axe throwing. I can play the pool that I haven't used to barricade the doors. I can do shuffleboard with Barry. Got plenty to do. Ping pong, whatever they do there. We've got mini golf.
That's true, but there are tellies and things at least. In
tellies and things.
Yeah, because people are still making programs.
He's passing the time by getting drunk. So.
Okay, he's watching Netflix. Okay, yeah.
I would also...
You're going to get scuppered on my next part from you.
Also, as I said, St. Mary's Guildhall, that has lots of medieval armor and thing. So I could weapon
Dresses
myself.
at night.
I could weapon myself.
Why not?
That's amazing.
So zombies, right? Zombies bite.
Yeah, they do.
They
Yeah.
don't bite through fucking suits of armor.
No?
And
point.
I've got a sword.
Loud, though. You're loud.
Yeah, who cares?
Clang, 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 clang towards Wilco's.
I'm running a defensive war.
Okay.
You wouldn't put the suit of armor on to do certain things, would you?
Okay, so you're sneaking into Wilco's.
Yeah, you're going Assassin's Creed style into Wilco's, but then you're doing a... like, when you're there in the slug and lettuce, fucking shield on, sword on, ready for when they try and get their way in, you're suited and booted, mate.
Cool.
Chainmail, more like zombie dress.
Nice. So you have your own restaurant where you are. I've got Wilco's on one side, but I've also got pretty much every other restaurant in Coventry on my other side.
Yeah, that's true.
So I can knock through a wall, and I'm pretty much got access to Five Guys, Las Iguanas, Cozy Club, and
Games
all of
Workshop.
I think that's a little bit out of the vicinity.
and all of their food and drink too. Whereas
Yeah, I mean,
I think you've got Turtle Bay. That's about it.
Kirk,
No,
you have
because
pretty
there's-
much access to the whole of Godiva Square.
Yeah, I do.
You've got Playwrights and the Golden Cross.
Yeah.
And they're next door.
Yeah, okay.
And you've got that weird, like, kind of not necessarily connected, but connected to the next building. You've got that weird internet cafe place.
Oh, the gaming place, yeah.
So
the Panda something or other.
entertainment.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. A week's gone by.
Yep.
The grid has gone down. There's no more electricity.
Okay.
What have you got that's going to keep you, you're down to the
shuffleboard.
not entertained, but obviously you're starting to lose heat. It's getting towards winter. Have you thought about those supplies?
Shuffleboard burns really well.
Shuffleboard burns well.
Yeah, like the establishment is 90% wood.
So you're going to burn it down?
Well, no, I'll just break bits off, but also,
Burn bits in the
do you know what I'm doing to A, pass the time, and B, keep myself warm? Training with the sword.
I'll be training with my axes.
There'll literally it'll be a fucking montage. Kirk, cue a really bad version of Eye of the Tiger.
Okay.
And Barry's there like, rising up, back on the streets. James is gonna fuck up some zombies.
We should have gone to the karaoke bar by Paul Meadow.
Well, you see, it's, Slug and Lettuce establishment has a PA system.
Oh, yeah.
Because they used to do open mic nights there. They've got all that gear, so...
And
they've also got a couple of house guitars, I'm sure.
Nice.
Acoustics, so... don't need electric.
Cool. A month and your montage has gone by.
It's a long time.
Trained up.
Barry's now learnt a new song.
Barry's
there like, somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
It's
a
topical.
bunch of zombies out on the street.
Yeah.
Barry
might just give Kirk the point for that.
Barry's like my bard.
Like The Witcher.
I'm going medieval. Like, I've got a medieval building, I've got a suit of armor, and I've got a bard.
Nice.
Who needs electricity? I've got candles.
Well, here's your final test. It's a month later. You're just chilling. You think it's all kind of blowing over. You're looking out the windows. You're like, what's going on? I haven't seen a zombie in a while. And suddenly, you hear it. Your barricades are being smashed. Zombies are coming in.
What kind of noises do they make? Are they like... they're pretty good noise. I was expecting like COD zombies.
Isn't that more like...
COD zombies sound fucking stupid.
Why don't COD zombies sound German? COD zombies. Right? Why don't they come in going... Jawohl! Jawohl! Get to the chopper! I know he's Austrian, but...
Jawohl, mein Führer!
Are they just trying to play Car 98?
Wo ist the Bibliothek?
Spanish?
No, it's still German as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Interesting. The more you know.
Yeah, they're taking GCSE.
Ich spiele Gitarre. Ich bin 11 Jahre alt.
Okay, so Dan, what's your question? Sorry.
So they're breaking in.
Yep.
They're
German.
coming through your front entrance.
Brexit didn't work, did it?
And where's your escape route?
I'm
How you
going
getting
up
out?
Barry's back entrance a month in.
Well, as per it's me,
Sorry.
as per UK law, there are fire exits.
Yeah.
So I would just use one of those.
Cool.
I'm guessing one leads out down into
You're guessing.
central. I've never had to use the fire exits in Boom Battle Bar.
Okay.
I don't quite know where they are.
So I've got a few options. I've got the kitchen and the back exit, if I want that. I've got the side exit, which also...
James, have you worked here?
No, I used to go to the open mics every week, though. I know it really well.
Okay.
I've also got a side exit, which has a patio, complete with patio heaters that are gas-powered. Talking about heat earlier on. Sorry. So I've got some explosive gas bottles as well there, which that is also gated, so I could lock the gates and lock the doors, or I could open the gates and then lock the zombies in. Yeah, if they're coming through that way anyway. Or spring into the suit of armour.
Spring into it.
Yeah, no, I'll have practiced that as part of my montage.
Like an Iron Man rig comes out on the floor.
No, Barry.
Oh.
Barry, like, basically what's going to happen in my head anyway is I'm going to stand at the top of the stairs and Barry's going to line it all up on the floor and I'm going to jump and just land in it. And then it's going to be like a Power Ranger morphing thing. Barry, my faithful bard and companion, hands me my shield and sword. We kick open the trapdoor and we fight our way as we're backing out through the patio and out and locking up the gates. And then what we've basically done is we've funneled all any zombies that do get through have then been funneled into the area, but then locked in. Also, establishment has a aftermarket roller door in front of the main door, which will make it harder for them to get through as well.
Okay.
Cool.
Fair. I've gone out of a fire exit. Don't know where it goes.
Games Workshop.
No, it doesn't.
Games Workshop's in the same place.
It's not there anymore.
Is it not?
No, it's
When
not
did
been
that
there for
close?
ages. When the botanist became a thing, that whole middle bit's gone.
Oh. Where?
Games Workshop's opposite Nando's.
Got to add the botanist thing. Yeah, the botanist there. Now, if I knew we'd be able to move, I probably would have shacked up in Primark.
Primark would have been good because you
Plenty
have
of
massive
space.
storage.
Yeah, lots of storage.
And you're
Lots of places
literally
to
just over the
hide.
road from Wilco still.
And Savers.
And Boom Battle Bar.
And you're next to St. Ives Pasty.
Yep.
I'm
Plenty
sure
of
they're
stuff.
still doing business.
It doesn't matter. They've got
And next to
supplies.
that protein
Just a
shake.
queue of zombies waiting for a pasty.
They do really good pasty. St. Ives
Very
Pasty in town is the closest place to get a Cornish pasty and get the ones that you would find in Cornwall.
They are pretty good.
Well, for a while.
Banging.
I've had one for a long time. Hungry now. Yeah, still hungry, guys. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm thinking about food now.
Right. So anyway, as I was saying, I'm suit of armor. I'm on my way out. Barry's behind me, playing tunes of my victories with his little lute. And here was the story of great Sir James. Blah, blah, blah. It's going to be fucking hilarious. And then we'll just make our way straight into St. Mary's Guildhall or the Holy Trinity Church, which I also think would be fairly good defensively because you've got the steeple and you've got all the really heavy pews that you could use to barricade the door.
So that was actually going to be basically my next question is where do you go?
Where do we go next?
So you've said the
Yeah,
church.
I'm just literally like backing out of the fenced area of the locking them in fence-wise and backing into the next building. And I would proceed to probably go around the entire city centre, suit and armour backing into
You
the
haven't.
next building.
You're being followed by this horde. You haven't got time to barricade yourself in again.
Yeah.
It's less of a frenzy, more of a they're all coming for just you.
Definitely going to Primark. There's just a lot of space to run around in there. I can set up some mannequins, have a chat with them. Feel like an I Am Legend, pretend I'm Will Smith for a while. Get some confidence that way.
See, do you know what the difference is here, Dan?
What?
He left Barry.
Bruh.
Barry
wasn't Gary.
Barry has been munched.
I didn't say he wasn't with me.
Yeah, well, I've made it quite clear this whole time that Barry is following me.
To be fair, Dan's question was, where do you go? Not where do you and Barry go?
Barry could have run off a different way.
He could have gone somewhere else. Are we in the same timeline?
No man left behind.
Yeah, you're just like crossing paths.
So can we try and like fuck with their plans?
Yeah, sure.
So for instance,
Kirk, genuinely, I'm heartbroken. I'd be like, shit, Kirk's alive. Kirk,
yes, of course. Jake, normally we would get together.
I've got a suit of armor and all of these restaurant supplies. You've got a load of axes and some entertainment stuff. Let's meet up.
Of course. Now, in if this
Kirk,
was to really
fancy
happen,
coming over for a beer this evening? There's no zombies about. Now, you're like, fuck that. I'm going to set fire to his building.
No, James, in any other situation, we would get together and we'd have a lot of fun killing our zombies.
The apocalypse is about community.
Sure. However, this is...
I imagine him, because he's been so busy like using all the entertainment, he's forgotten to like prep any like armor, and he's run out in a t-shirt and shorts with 2 axes, but because it's been so long, he's got a long beard, a long hair, and he's just run out into the street with 2 axes. He's just stood there.
I'm Gimli now.
Meanwhile, there's zombies clawing me, and I'm just stood there fully suit of armor, shaking my head.
Now, as I was saying, we would absolutely in any situation
while Barry's
be working
strumming his lute behind me.
We'll be working together in any situation, but this is a competition between me and you right now to get a point.
It was never a competition. It was never to
get a point, right? To fuck with you, will be ringing that cathedral bell over and over again, so all the zombies are hovering around Slug and Lettuce constantly. Right?
But that means you're out and about. Yeah. You get to the bell.
I will.
They'll be coming to you.
I'll attach a very long cable from the top of the tower right down to Boom Battle Bar and just ringing it.
I'll go out onto my patio where my heaters are and take my nice long sword and just put your cable. Be like, oh, what's that? And I'll start hanging my fucking washing on it. No. Bad Kirk.
That's the point. Will the Godiva Peep-In Tom still be going off every hour?
No.
That's mechanical, not electric, though.
Yeah.
No, it's broken. Busted.
I mean, if we're playing by those rules...
Busted.
Then what I'm going to do is wait till one night before all the zombies attack. I'm going to get my fucking suit of armor on once I've done my montage. I'm going to march
but you don't know the zombies are coming.
I'm going to march around the fucking corner, kick down the Boom Battle Bar doors, and fucking go and cut Kirk's throat while he sleeps.
You don't know...
That's the game we're playing.
All I was doing was making sure zombies are around the area.
You didn't know it was there at that point. It's only when you've both run out your exit and you've both...
But then if that's the case, then Kirk can't rig the bell.
No, we can't. No.
But
so
Kirk,
we're running across the square going, where are you going? Roma! Where are you going?
When you went to Wilco, it's like James went in and out, and as James went out around the corner, Kirk went in. You never saw each other.
And then if that's the case, if Kirk starts giving me the shady look with his 2 axes and his manic fucking beard,
probably wouldn't recognise him.
I just take my sword and go, yeah. And he's dead because he's got no armour. You see, I've got a suit of armour from St Mary's Guildhall.
Got a point. Where's your armour, Kirk?
At that point, I've probably even got myself a fucking royal crest because it's fucking on the armor or the shield, and I'm like, I just basically become the medieval equivalent of Iron Man.
How easy would it be to get for a horde in a suit of armor though? Because you wouldn't be very quick because it's heavy.
You wouldn't
weigh you down.
You wouldn't be quick, but you're going with the tank method, aren't you? Which is
push and hope. You never get away from them. That'd be it. That'd be your life now.
I mean, that's very true. But also,
unless you stood really still and hope they walk away,
Scooby-Doo style. I'm just, I could ride Barry like a horse.
He'd be behind you with the coconuts.
I would have a much better vantage point in terms of what I can see out the window and what I can see coming. You're even though you're 1 floor up, it's very contained around there. You can't see very much.
But that also,
at least I'll have more time.
But you see, Kirk, that also creates what? Choke points.
for you.
No. When you're fighting the horde, you want to choke the horde.
You want to slim it down.
A choke point.
Or if you want to run away from the horde, a nice big open space is great.
A choke point doesn't exist for one person. No. So you've got basically a whole open plaza where thousands of zombies can just fill it up like it's some fucking shit festival. And I've got, they can come through past the cross or past the cathedral or round the back. That is it. I know that these zombies can only come from these directions.
Which are also your ways out.
I think there's like three different directions in it from the slug and lettuce.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But then
there's one thin alleyway in front of you and then a sort of medium-sized one the other two ways.
Yeah. But they're choke points. So when the zombies aren't there, I can also build up barricades around there.
Okay.
And I can say, I'm going to go up to, say, the cathedral and block that in so that they have to come in through the right-hand side, or if they're going to come at all. And basically then it becomes that I'm playing a game of fucking tower defense.
We're forgetting one really important point, which is I have shuffleboard. Therefore, let's go back to that second question you asked. I'm entertained
we're forgetting,
to no end.
I'm entertained fucking building barricades and training with my sword. I think, Dan, we're forgetting one important point, which is Kirk is now panicking and defaulting back to the fact that he's got shuffleboard.
Remember this good point I made?
I think it's a valid point.
Kirk's too hungry and all he can think about is shuffleboard.
Yeah, shuffleboard. Can we play some shuffleboard?
I don't have any shuffleboard.
Oh, that's a shame.
What is a shuffleboard?
Isn't shuffleboard
it's the game with the little discs on the wood?
It's basically like it's basically like curling for wood.
It's indoor curling. Yeah,
curling for scrubs.
Curling for little bitches. Come on then, Dan. I
think you've both made pretty decent arguments.
Yeah.
But the question is, where would you rather go? Would you rather go slug and lettuce?
Yeah, I think it has to come down to that.
Or would you rather go Boom Battle Bar and come play shuffleboard with me?
I think I do have to give Kirk the point. Because when it made me feel how stupid I am. Because when I was doing this question, I was like, where would I go? And I couldn't think of anywhere but Sports Direct. I was just pure weapons.
I mean, the UK's number one.
Yeah. But then obviously
they are.
I'd eat the few protein bars they've got on that beer. But yeah, no, I completely forgot that Doom Battle Bar existed. That is such a good place to go. Because the weapons, the food, Wilco below you, got a hardware store below you. Slug and Lettuce is literally opposite a graveyard.
Yeah.
There's zombies spawning outside your door.
That's not that wasn't. We never established.
You've got to put torches out.
We never established that they were graveyards.
It's Halloween.
Yeah.
It's Halloween. Come on, the green hands coming out.
The living dead.
I feel like I've been robbed. Kirk's location was great, but the rest of it was shit.
Entertainment was spot on, though.
I also liked his ridiculous chord for the bell.
I feel like I've been robbed, but I'll accept it. I think it's probably the first episode ever where I've not scored any points.
Here's the thing. I also think with yours, you made some good point, but I think if it was me, I wouldn't want the armor. Because
it's clangy, it's noisy.
It's clangy, it's noisy, it's slow.
Yeah.
My advantage would be speed.
Yeah, but Dan, my advantage is definitely not speed. Got to play to your own strengths, baby.
Yeah, I suppose. But also,
there's a reason why they call me the freight train, and it's not because I'm fast.
But yeah, there's got to be something in Wilco you can cable tied to your arm as protection.
Well, I'm disappointed, but I'll accept it. I'll accept it. So that puts Kirk on 9. 10 for me, 10 for Dan. So let's see.
Don't do it, James.
Where this
question? You have to give it to me.
I'm not.
You can't let him.
You want to make this? Just give me the point now. We can still play the round.
Yeah, give him. Yeah, whatever. He's already lost 5.
Let's make this interesting.
I'm not getting into that.
He's already lost 5 points from his terrible joke.
Yeah. I want a good, clean
listeners,
fight.
I'd like you to either agree or disagree with Dan on that.
They agree.
I want you to know.
No, I want a good, clean fight. I've done this Dan style, guys, so I've created a roster, and this has caveats. Now, I'm not sure If I want to tell you the characters, make you pick a character, then tell you the caveats.
Or tell us the caveats and then pick the characters.
Or tell you character and caveat.
Completely your choice. Flip a coin.
I think I'm going to tell you the characters, and then I'm going to tell you the caveats once you've picked.
Okay.
Because that can mix things up.
It's always the best way to do it. I always do it.
I love more editing.
Now, this does have a slight Halloween reference in it, so it's not totally non-spoopy. Today's round 3 fight is the battle, Kirk. Sound effects. The battle of the gingers.
Okay.
Yeah.
My head is racing right now.
So, there are 5 characters to pick from, all of which famously ginger. And if you disagree with my assessment of them being ginger, go fuck yourself.
Okay.
And then we'll go through it. If you want, you can call it out as you. If I say one and you're like, "Yep, that's the fucking one."
Yeah.
Feel free to call it out, but I'm not going to force you to do it. You can listen to them all.
Okay.
So the first one, we'll start with our Halloween reference. This is in no particular order anyway. Chucky from Child's Play.
Ginger.
Yep.
The second one, Princess Fiona from Shrek.
Ginger.
The third one, Syndrome from The Incredibles.
Ginger.
The fourth one, Ron Weasley from Harry Potter.
Ginger.
Definitely ginger.
And the fifth one, and the final one, Kim Possible.
Ginger.
So go on then, boys, pick your characters.
I knew
and there's a thing. Okay.
I knew the fourth one was going to be there. I mean, do we want to discuss what these caveats could be?
And to make it extra ginger and Halloweeny, they're going to be fighting in a pumpkin patch.
Nice.
Fantastic.
It's going to be a bit boggy. It's going to be a bit boggy.
With the fourth one, I don't want to say the name because does that count if we say the name? Then
no, I'll let you. You can discuss.
Okay, cool.
Ronald Weasley.
Ron Weasley. He's gonna take his fucking wand, isn't he?
Probably.
Or it's going to be broken like in Chamber of Secrets.
It's going to be something scrubby.
Kim Possible.
I've got 3.
She's not going to be as cool. Fiona. But
I'm going to have Kim Possible.
Okay, Dan's going to have Kim Possible. Do you want to know Kim Possible's caveats?
I'll wait for...
Or you want to wait until Kirk's made his decision? Okay.
So Fiona, she's not going to have the karate or she can't go ogre.
Gogre.
What was the third one again? Who was the third one?
Fiona, wasn't it?
That's the second one, wasn't it? Well,
Syndrome.
Syndrome.
Chucky. Fiona.
Syndrome, but I bet it'll still be the kid.
No, because he was blonde as a kid.
Buddy.
Yeah. Okay.
Buddy. See, I wanted to go for Syndrome because Incredibles' favorite Pixar movie. But also,
I didn't realise until the other day that Incredibles is supposed to be set like 1950 something.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Syndrome's apparently born in 1936.
Interesting.
Oh.
And he's 25 at the time. So maybe 1960 then. But you.
Oh, God. Chucky.
Okay.
Keep him with Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you like to hear the other people's caveat so you can see how close you were?
Sure.
Yeah.
Ron Weasley's caveat was he is Ron Weasley from the Chamber of Secrets with a broken wand.
Cool.
But I gave that a rating of 75% chance of success when casting a spell.
That's not
Eat slugs.
All he's got to do is cast 4 at a time. And then at least 3 of those will hit. Yeah.
And just make sure they're not the death ones.
Syndrome from The Incredibles has his rocket boots and his wrist missiles, but he doesn't have his zero gravity gloves or any of his robots.
Okay. So pretty cool.
Princess Fiona was only ever an ogre.
Oh, see, that's not too bad because she's powerful as an ogre.
But she's slow.
Oh.
So, Chucky from Child's Play. Kirk, you took longer to decide, so you get a caveat first.
Okay.
Is only allowed 1 weapon, and it can only be something that is typically found in the average American kitchen from the 80s.
Okay. Cool.
What have you got there? A knife.
Kim Possible has her fancy swing gun, but that's her only gadget.
Sick.
She is purely having to rely on her martial prowess.
Okay.
They're fighting in a pumpkin patch. It's October. It's a bit rainy, a bit boggy now. The pumpkins have all been taken.
Oh.
No, they're like the dregs.
That's depressing Halloween, isn't it?
No, the dregs, like, you know.
You got a couple of
Think
and there.
Think like your classic Americana pumpkin patch, you know, where they have like the hay bales and things, but the kids have already been and picked out their pumpkins. And it's dark outside. It's raining. You know, think proper classic end of an 80s horror movie, you know, kind of thing. Go on then, boys, round 3 fight.
What was Kim's caveat again?
She has her swing gun, but nothing else.
Okay.
So she doesn't have Ron. Is it
She's
Ron?
got a mental image for shooting it at Chucky's head and then swinging him.
No, because the swing gun is a external claw.
Yeah.
So it's like a hook like that. So
Yeah, so she shoots it at Chucky, like slightly behind him, and then pulls it in a bit, and it goes into the back of his head.
Oh, I will say the pumpkin.
There's a claw in my back.
The pumpkin patch is fenced, but there are trees overhanging.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
There's things to swing from.
Spider-Man style.
Which,
I mean, the obvious.
I mean, at this rate, there's no point because I'm already swinging Chucky around my head.
Now, just to be topical to this 80s horror movie,
Yeah.
popular in American.
Is it in black and
kitchens. No, it's 80s. What's wrong with you? I've had colour TV since like 1963 or whatever it was.
I think my dad.
I can't see colour.
I think my dad said that they bought a colour TV to watch the moon landing, but that was, I'm sure, only broadcast in black and white.
Oh.
But that was what, 69?
Yeah.
Nice.
Somewhere around there. Anyway, we're in colour. Now, in the 80s, I'm pretty sure it was the 80s where it really took off, was the electronic turkey carver.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
drrrr, as it goes down. Now, I've just, for the sake of argument, because we're in a pumpkin patch, I've got a battery-powered one of those.
Okay.
That's what I've got.
Okay, so you're going with the kind of electric carving knife,
Yeah.
a battery-powered one.
Yeah.
Okay, I will accept that under the premise of it's an 80s quality battery.
Sure.
So
Okay.
you've got maybe...
I've got spares. Let's not forget that's where all the Americans kept their batteries. Kitchen drawer.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant inside Chucky.
I've got them too. Yeah, I've got a storage compartment.
Yeah. The booty.
There's a battery in my boot.
Come on then, guys. So currently...
Currently, King Possible is swinging Chucky around by...
Well, I'm cutting this down. Can I cut it? Is it made of rope? Is it... What is it?
I assume it's like whatever that like special wire. I imagine it all.
It'll probably cut after a while, right? So I'll start hacking away at it with my...
Such a funny...
hacking away. Flying around. And he's just electronic sawing this thing out. While saying some amazing lines.
Yeah.
Roast
Like.
this.
What does Chucky sound like? He's like...
Mark Hamill
Oh, yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
in the newest one.
It appears, actually, that Kim Possible's gun fires rope with a hook at the end.
Oh, so it won't take too long to...
Nope, so
it's still a funny image.
It's funny. It's hurting. Not gonna lie, it's hurting, but we'll cut through it. And then I've got a hook.
But then, as soon as you cut it, see you later.
There's trees around. I'm gonna try. He'll try and strategically cut this at the point where it gets nice and weak, and he goes tree ha, and
You hit
like,
a tree,
hits a branch,
leave
and then,
like a George of the Jungle.
Yeah.
George of the jungle.
yeah.
Chucky
And
shit.
then I'm mincing up what's left of these pumpkins. Make it nice and
Little
slippy.
snack.
Nice and make it nice and
Healthy.
slippy. Nice and slippy. Yeah, to make it hard for you to walk on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hard for me to walk. It's already like dirt and mud anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It won't be that slippy.
pumpkins are slippy.
And
Pumpkins are
she
very
has the
slippy.
best. She has like cargo, whatever they're called, combat
So
boots.
I can't see her legs. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Camouflage.
Not camo.
Everyone knows
They are
that
camo.
Everyone
they're
knows
cargo.
that Kim
I
Possible
thought they
carries
were
a ghillie
camo.
suit.
No, I meant like combat boots.
Okay.
I'm talking about her trousers. God.
It depends on what website you go on as to what she's wearing.
Yeah. That sounds a bit.
Yeah, no.
Is Kim Possible an animation in this?
Yes.
Is she flat?
Can I just rub her out?
Is she too?
So Kim Possible doesn't appear to wear combat boots.
Does she not?
Kim Possible appears to wear cargo trousers.
Are they camo?
And pink bunny slippers.
No.
Oh.
And then just generic black shoes.
Let me see.
They are definitely not boots.
What the hell?
She's not G.I. Jane.
They're like plimp soles.
they look like the pumps that you had to wear in primary school PE.
Let's not forget that Chucky has a murderous nature. He's not new to this.
Well, Kim Possible deals with murderous nature all the time.
Jesus Christ, I hate the internet.
Like, think about what's his Dr. Mr. What's the bad guy's name in Kim
I can't
Possible?
remember. I've not watched that much. Really.
I can remember Shigo. Of course, I can remember Shigo because I fancy Shigo. She can get in muck with me.
You fancy a lot of these animation characters.
Let me do what I'm doing.
A few weeks ago, it was a fish played by Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, she's there too. And Mrs. Incredible.
Mrs. Incredible.
We're all in.
Elastigirl is dummy thick.
We're all riding muck off into the sunset.
Yeah. Muck's constantly in reverse.
Yeah.
Right.
I've lost my train of thought now. Thinking about Shigo.
Kim's worrying about homework.
No, she's not.
It's at school.
She never worries about homework.
Yeah, but she's at school.
Yeah. Chucky needs to go to school. He's a child.
He's a doll.
Chucky Sandbox.
He's not a doll. He's in the spirit of a serial killer, isn't he?
In a doll.
In a doll.
Yeah. But
so therefore he doesn't. He doesn't.
No.
But it's not.
So
like,
Kim Possible.
It's not like fucking Hasbro are going to enroll him in fucking kindergarten, are they?
Kim Possible is just going to line him up for a field goal.
Hey, in the films, it took an entire factory to take Chucky down.
Yeah, but they're all
got that in a pumpkin patch.
They're all useless people in that. Kim Possible is a trained ninja, sort of.
With spy.
With Chucky's kind of script that he usually gets, he's just going to say something like, "Ha, Kim Possible, impossible," and then just start carving you.
So he's going to point out the already prepared pun from her name.
Yep. For sure.
Okay.
More than Dan's doing.
Yeah, that's true. I appreciate it.
She'll be like, Chucky, more like unlucky, and then boot him in the face.
Oh, that is a good clapback. That is good clapback.
Booting me in the face with her plimsolls.
Yes,
Chucky, more like you sucky.
Okay. That one wasn't quite as good.
Chucky, your wife cheated on you and you cucky.
Yeah, to be fair, everyone knows that Chucky is a cookie.
He's not a virgin, though.
How do you know Kim Possible's a virgin?
Oh, getting dark now.
Oh, all I'm saying is that her and what's his face, Ron?
Ron's stoppable. No, she was too good for him.
Ron was definitely punching, but
yeah.
I'm sure he tried it on. Ron stoppable. What a fucking
It's like they were trying to do unstoppable, but instead they just said it's Ron who is stoppable.
Yeah.
So,
and what's the name of the fucking naked mole rat? Oh, do you know, I've just thought of another ginger character that would have been a great addition to this roster. Phineas.
Without verb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phineas is the ideas man.
And he's got a lethal shaped head.
Yeah. If Phineas nuts you, your brains come in, you've got a lobotomy.
So, back to the task at hand. When you say there's remains of pumpkins, are there still some pumpkins around?
Yeah, they're just the shit ones. You know the ones that are a little bit splotchy coloured,
a little bit flaccid,
a little bit flaccid, a little bit.
So Chucky's going to use his. Although they're both ginger, Chucky's small and ginger. He can hide in the pumpkins and blend in.
Put a pumpkin on his head.
You could do.
And just sit down.
He's a master at the hiding in small spaces and things. Kim can't do that. So he's running around hiding in these many pumpkins, and she has no idea where he is.
Does Kim Possible count as a Disney princess?
No. Not princess.
No.
Just your basic average girl.
Were you trying to think of which Disney princess would make a really good MI6 agent?
Yeah.
It's
like, I want to redo.
Do over. Yeah, no, spies can find little baby mans in pumpkin fields.
Sure. Except if you can't.
Except when they can't.
Except when you can't. He's going to slash the back of her.
Except when he
back
can't.
of her knees.
He can do that, but except when he can't.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, so stupid.
Where's this one going? Anything else to add, James, to help with this?
So now,
yep,
we're going to mix things up.
Cool.
You both famously have a blonde sidekick.
Fantastic.
Bring in the sidekick.
Well, we can pick from anyone blonde.
No, you have a famous blonde sidekick.
Oh, I see.
Bride of Chucky.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Who's cheated on you because you're a cucky?
And you've got Ron Stoppable.
Who's we've established is stoppable.
He's useless.
Naked Mole Rat comes with Stoppy Boy.
Yeah, to be fair, Rufus is
Rufus.
Ron Stoppable's single power.
Yeah.
Bride of Chucky would just... We've already established that Ron Stoppable would have tried it on with him. He's a horny boy. Bride of Chucky would just flash the cleavage. Ron's out for the count. He can't
Is
take
Bride
it.
of Chucky a sex doll now?
Well, I'm pretty sure
she's got
Rufus
a rack.
could eat the plastic that is Chucky. Num num. Once he's in close, sliver up
Jesus Christ.
into his little battery pack and eat from the inside.
Right.
You just see one of his eyes pop out and Rufus come out.
So, does Rufus have any
Friends.
military training?
Yeah, Rufus is a...
Because I haven't seen Kim Possible for so long.
Rufus is the real sidekick. He just needs Ron Stoppable to carry him places.
Yeah, basically, Ron Stoppable is a car.
Yeah. A vessel.
Rufus...
He's a robot. That
Is Ron the blonde one or is Rufus the blonde one?
Rufus is a naked mole rat.
Oh. Well, in that case, you've only got Ron.
No. I did just establish that
okay.
Rufus is basically the only point of Ron.
Okay.
Ron is just the robot that Rufus lives in.
Ron's job is to get captured so Rufus can break him out
Right.
by chewing on rope or similar.
Or plastic.
Okay.
Dolls.
So, I mean, I would essentially establish that the moment Ron enters this field, he falls flat on his face and gets tied up.
Oh, he's also, a scaredy cat, so he'd probably run away.
Yeah. Okay.
Meanwhile, Rufus.
The Bride of Chucky,
Can fly.
she's pretty
Nasty.
I'm not going
Nasty.
to lie, I'm really surprised you went with these characters. I really expect to see Ron Weasley 1v1 syndrome in this. I was almost going to make it, you had to pick one of those two.
Oh.
And I was like, no, I'll give them some choice. They won't derail me that badly.
You made the choices.
They won't go completely insane.
Does the light just get dimmer in here?
It did.
So
I didn't notice that.
we've had a phantom door.
There's a naked mole rat chewing on the wires. somewhere.
I'm just saying we've had what, the phantom.
We all heard someone come in.
We all thought we heard someone come through the door.
Yeah.
And now,
And the cat was going crazy trying to persuade them to feed them.
yes, but there's been no one picked up on the doorbell.
Creepy.
And now the lights have been.
Do you know what this proves the
And they just
existence
went,
of?
That's probably just because we're overloading the circuits.
Do you know what this proves the existence of, though?
Impossible.
Aliens.
Kim Possible.
Impossible.
Right.
Drago. Is that his name? The villain? Sorry, it just came to me.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Drago. There you go. Information.
Oh, another ginger guy that would have been great.
Merida.
No. I purposely avoided Merida
Yeah, I
because
thought
I
you
knew
would.
that you'd get a hard on and run away with it.
I don't even like Merida that much.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz. He's ginger.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated.
Could have had Ginny, Fred, George, Bill,
Yeah,
Percy,
yeah,
Christopher,
well,
Molly. Arthur.
What did you say?
Christopher Robin.
Fucking hell. I thought you said Krista McAuliffe, and I was like, what? The woman who died in a Challenger disaster?
No.
I genuinely, I got really concerned then.
What's it's like a old Cartoon Network show
Dexter's Lab.
where it had the Is it destined with the mum with all the hair?
Oh no,
was that
Powerpuff Girls. You had
Powerpuff Girl.
What was
she
her
was
name?
the mayor's
Miss...
assistant.
Oh, it wasn't Miss Blossom. It was,
She was
Miss.
Ginger. No, because it's Blossom was the Blossom is Ginger
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
With a blonde sidekick.
with a blonde sidekick. But they wouldn't have been able to fly or something.
Buttercup was always the bad.
They would have just been basic average girls.
Yeah. More of them. I don't know enough about Kim Possible to bring it down at all.
I feel like
Basically,
I thought I knew more than I did.
Yeah.
Basically, you're currently dealing with a ginger girl who is really good at fighting.
Basically, Black Widow,
Mm.
but
Okay.
young
Okay.
and maybe not quite as experienced.
Okay. Against some spiritual doll. Someone's definitely coming this way.
Someone's definitely come in the door now.
Apart from a spiritual doll who's really good at killing people.
Yes, good point.
Mm.
Come on then, guys. Give me like.
What was that?
The fucking headphones just adjusted size on their own.
That's your creepy thing to happen.
So we're clearly at a stalemate here in terms of these two are fairly evenly matched. I've done a great job in creating this roster. Don't fucking laugh, Daniel. Right, I've done a great job in creating this roster. I am going to throw another variable into this now.
Good.
And that variable is you can pick one other person from that list to come in as your tag team partner.
Ron Weasley.
Mm.
Ron Weasley with a 75% chance success rate.
Yep.
Okay.
Syndrome.
Syndrome with no zero gravity gloves, but rocket boots.
Yeah.
So Dan's really taken a mobility over.
Now, Syndrome can fly, and now Kim Possible has something to swing from.
That's an interesting pull. I can fuck with that.
Yeah.
So Syndrome's basically T-posing and flying with his rocket boots.
Yeah.
And Kim.
Or he's just holding her.
Kim Possible's just.
He's just
swinging off
holding
his
her
arms.
grapple, and she's swinging around. Because if Chucky's hiding, like in his pumpkins, then if she just gets off the ground, better bird's eye view.
Okay.
See a little better.
Okay.
And
So
then
how's Ron helping?
drop from above.
Firstly, we're going to fix our limitation we had earlier about this battery-powered carving knife. Ron's dad is famous for bewitching Muggle artifacts. So I'm sure Ron picked up a few tricks or two, so he's just going to bewitch that fucker so it never turns off.
Okay.
So I've got this now never-ending powerful carving knife.
Okay.
Yeah. He's only in Chamber of Secrets, though, isn't he? So he's not crazy good at anything at the moment.
Like I wouldn't expect apparition or.
But he can win Guardian Leviosa pretty good now, as explained from Philosopher's Stone, where he picked up the club from the troll.
Yep.
So we're Wingardium Leviosa the shit out of Kim Possible. So although you're swinging around, he's just holding her up there, going,
So
well, now what?
removing her,
But
gravitational momentum.
Brings her slowly down to the pumpkin that Chucky is on, and
But that's to levitate.
Yeah, but
you can bring them
control
down.
Of up and down.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know why this turns into a turn-by-turn
so
Pokemon battle.
it always seems to, doesn't it? Ron was well known for not studying. So your kind of point of him picking things up, it's kind of ropey because
It wouldn't be that. True.
He was known for not paying attention, for not studying properly, for being the kind of
ginger one.
Yeah, slouch and not learning.
He knew a lot though. Like he seemed to.
He also had to have Hermione tell him to use Wingardium Leviosa.
He's also pretty good. He's pretty good at wizard chess, though.
He's pretty good at chess.
Yeah,
wizard chess.
So if he puts the pumpkins in a little chess row, he can play chess.
Knight to E5.
He's brave. I'll give him that.
Yep, he's brave.
It's fucking stupid.
He's also an idiot, and he'll put himself in harm's way.
Well, if we're bringing the wizarding world into this, then surely there's going to be some gnomes and shit hanging around. Garden gnomes.
No, I'm not giving you that one.
They've all scattered from the battle.
Scattered from the battle.
Yeah. Chucky's there. Chucky would fuck up gnomes and house elves and smaller creatures like that.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Syndrome. Eat slugs.
and it backfires.
No.
75% success
He's
rate.
on 3.
So, what?
He's on 3.
What do you mean he's on 3?
So, like, I was counting how many times.
Oh, so which ones worked?
No, so as in, I've let him have those 3, and then he's fucking up on the next one.
Oh. I thought you were going to count 4 and then one of them didn't work.
Well, I'm not going through that far yet.
Well, that's not fair. Now he knows, so he's just going to pick a trash.
I was trying not to. So, no.
Yeah, I thought it was 75% each time.
Yeah.
So there's no guarantee that they've worked anyway.
No, but
he's also pretty bad at them.
Yeah, I mean, eat slugs. That's another thing I never got about that. Eat slugs isn't like every other spell.
It's such a weird,
It's like Latin, right?
No, so like that comes from Fred and George. Remember how in the first one they had the rhyme about butter daisies, something mellow.
Sunshine daisies, butter mellow, turn this stupid fat rat yellow.
Yeah,
right? Same kind of thing. So Fred and George, I think, invented the spell.
Yeah, that is.
Is that the same as the turning the water into rum one?
No, that one wasn't Fred and George.
That was Seamus.
But it's
Seamus Finnegan.
Because if you want to talk about
I
wizard
have rabbits.
fuck-ups,
Something. I never got what that second sentence
if you want to
was.
talk about wizard fuck up, Seamus Finnegan.
I have rabbit after and home. Turn this water into rum.
Of course, the Irish kid wants alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't Jameson whiskey though, was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Probably couldn't find a word that rhymed with whiskey.
Yeah. I have rabbit. I'm feeling frisky. Turn this water into whiskey. Oh, wow.
Kim Possible has dropped to the ground because of Ron's mischief and decided, I need to disarm him. So she shot her hook into his hand and got that wand.
When you say into his hand,
blood.
Like hooked him through the hand.
Hooked him through the hand.
Oof, that's...
Little nasty little...
What's Chucky?
And then swung him round.
Kim Possible's got one play.
She chucks the gun up to Syndrome, and then he swings him round.
Oh, I like that.
He flies off with Ron.
So now we're back to the stalemate that we started.
And then back to the stalemate.
Apart from,
and then
Kim Possible doesn't have a rope gun.
As soon as Syndrome and Ron leave the arena, Kim Possible and Chucky go back to their T-pose.
Jesus Christ.
It's like an error. What's that? There's a game that does that, where if you like, you go too far away from like your little sidekick, they'll just kind of
like
do nothing. Oh.
Is that on Wii?
I'll think of it. And I was like way back on Xbox.
Wii bowling.
Wow.
Right.
It's Minecraft. What am I thinking of? Minecraft. If you have a dog or a parrot or a cat or something, and like you're going over the terrain, or if you go through water, they'll just stop. Because like usually they teleport to you, but if you manage to outrun the teleport, they'll just stand there.
Right.
Sorry. That's what it's from.
So Chucky is currently hiding in the pumpkin patch.
He is.
He's just watched,
ready to strike.
He's just watched Ron
giggling
get pierced through the hand.
Yeah.
Probably loved it.
And drop his broken wand.
Oh.
I'm assuming that he ain't having the fucking... Like, he ain't going... Like, Ron ain't holding on to that wand.
No.
Unless it's pinned to him through hook.
Yep.
Okay, so
Chucky has picked up this wand.
Yes.
Can't use it though, it's not magic. Not a wizard. He wouldn't know what spell to... He wouldn't know what to say.
No.
He'd be like Harry Potter when he picks up the wand first, it just blows the wind.
That's only if it's the right one.
Yeah.
Notice how when it wasn't the right one, he smashed up drawers and...
Just a pumpkin would explode.
Didn't Ron get me a hand-me-down wand as well?
No, that was hand-me-down robes.
Yeah, and I think he got his
red
own
hair and hand-me-down robes. You must be a Weasley.
Yeah.
And then it comes down to Kim Possible's hand-to-hand.
Misty from Pokemon's ginger as well. Should have added her in.
Because, anyway.
Yep.
Here's one of all. Kim Possible knows where Chucky is because she's had the bird's eye. So she's beelining for his location.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose one of the things with these crude 80s...
Just to beat up a kid, basically.
One of the things as well with these crude 80s carving knives, especially one that's magically enchanted, is that it's going to be noisy.
Yeah.
Like it's constantly going.
Oh, because it's constantly on.
Yeah, so you can't turn it off if you've enchanted it to be on.
True.
So, yeah, even without the bird's eye view, I would say at that point, Kim's got a pretty good idea of...
Yeah, or, uses my advantage, he leaves it in one of the pumpkins.
Oh.
He runs another one. You've gone to find this carving knife, trying to stand by the pumpkin, thinking, I've got this. And he comes from behind and tries to strangle you.
Oh. I think Kim Possible has the skills to get out of a stranglehold.
Maybe.
Of all things, especially from a tiny doll.
Maybe.
And who's to stop her picking up the enchanted saw?
But has she ever been kicked in the shins? Right? She's used to all these fucking karate kicks and stuff. And
probably. I imagine she's been kicked in the shins a fair few times.
She's been kicked in the nuts.
But has she been bitten in the ankles?
Yeah. See, why isn't Chucky... Sorry, I know I'm giving you...
Takes up limb cells.
Lubricant for this. Why the fuck hasn't Chucky just taken that electric carving knife straight for the Achilles tendons?
Well, that's what I would have done, like, as he was waiting in the pumpkin patches.
But then you chose to drop it and run.
But then you chose to...
Because it was already on, and she knows where exactly where it was.
You chose to not be able to turn it off.
Yeah, the whole sneak attack no longer happened, unfortunately. Because Ron tried to help and realized it wasn't that much of a help.
Right, so Kim and Chucky are now basically wrestling in the mud.
Yeah.
Both of them disarmed.
Yeah.
How are the severely injured and now quite low on fuel because he's been flying Ron around?
Oh, Syndrome's been sucked into a plane and dropped Ron from a height.
How are the severely injured and now with limited power Syndrome going to help resolve this fight?
Syndrome's dropped Ron.
Yeah.
And he's on his way back with his limited. He's on a downward trajectory.
Yeah.
Nice and calmly.
Yeah.
He knows Ron is falling to his doom.
Okay.
With a hook in his hand.
Shit.
No Dumbledore to save him here.
More like Cumbledore.
The flying car appears.
I mean, I didn't say the flying car wasn't allowed.
It is
Chamber of Secrets, Ron.
But to be fair, I'm allowing it.
Yes, I thought of something good.
So Ron's falling. Syndrome's limping back, basically hovering to slow his fall so that he can...
He gets taken out in midair.
And then it's just... meep, meep. Ron safely falling into the sunroof, collected by the Ford Anglia.
And he puts his invisibility booster on.
Which
that doesn't work.
It works intermittently.
Yeah.
It's not
faulty.
It stops working at the start of Chamber of Secrets.
True.
Also, the car lives in the evil forest. What is it? The Forbidden Forest.
Yeah.
But he does.
So he's a bit beaten up.
Yeah. But at the same time, Syndrome becomes the first ever victim of a mid-air car crash. Well,
he was anyway, wasn't he? Because he threw a car at him in Incredible.
Yeah, that's true.
He meets the same fate.
Syndrome, let's say, from that, Syndrome hits the ground with quite a force. Thankfully, though, because it's muddy, he's kind of
skiddy landing.
He's only broken one leg.
He's kind of done that. It's almost like, in like those anime fight things where he's like clearly beating the fuck out of, and he's standing there like, but he's still like, he's probably got one or two good blows left in him.
Yeah. That would have also hurt Ron as well if he was in the car when it hit him.
Oh yeah. Well, Ron's bleeding out.
Do the Anglias have decent airbags?
Well, Ron,
I mean, was he that hurt when they went into the Whomping Willow though?
True.
It would have hurt a lot him falling into the car. I mean, because it ain't exactly a.
Even if you take that out as a factor, Ron's bleeding out. Ron's
bleeding
basically
out from his hand.
on a timer. Because there's some pretty important veins in that hand that have now been punctured. So I'm basically...
In the spirit of Halloween,
they both come back as zombies.
Yeah. Or he lets the blood infuse the car.
Right.
And it becomes a vampire car.
No, I'm not. Play in the space by all means.
He
but
tries,
don't just insult the space.
He tries, but it doesn't work because 75% of
So what you're saying is Ron meets his doom by desperately trying to force blood into the car radio. That's what you've just said.
He goes to change gear and it just goes through his hand.
So Ron's dead. Sorry to say, Kirk. Ron's bled out because you couldn't think quick enough.
Yep.
Syndrome's crippled and basically redundant.
Syndrome's basically at the point where he's going to need a wheelchair for life, at the very least. So
we're back to Chucky versus Kim.
I would think, and I'm gonna do this, that in one of their gaps between their mud wrestling match, in one of their gaps when they managed to get away from each other, I think Chucky's going to just snap Syndrome's neck straight away.
Oh yeah,
just for the thrill of killing.
Okay.
Syndrome's a goner.
Both of the sidekicks are dead, but
then they get into hand-to-hand combat.
No,
Chucky versus Kim. They're whacking.
Yeah, like Dragon Ball Z style.
They're whacking.
What I'm going to say is, the difference is now it's from your two fallen comrades.
Mm.
There's extra things on the field.
Okay.
Syndrome's still got his rocket launchers. And he's still got a little bit of fuel in those jet boots.
Mm.
Ron's Ford Anglia's there. And his broken wand.
Actually, I was going to come back to this. Fallen comrades. We haven't established Ron falling yet.
No, he bled out trying to fucking turn the car into a vampire.
Yeah, the car's still up there.
The car's just flying around with a dead Ron.
And it falls on Kim Possible.
Well, does the car stop flying when the person inside of it is no longer in it? I don't think so. The car can continue. The car can continue itself. In fact, the car could be the decider because the car could morally decide that Chucky is the wrong one.
Mm. Mm. The car goes back to the forest to bury his friend.
The car lands in the pumpkin patch, proceeds to do a big burnout to make a hole deep enough.
Donuts.
that he can throw Ron in. He then proceeds to wash his windscreen to make it look like he's crying.
Okay, what are these extra things?
And he beeps his horn in line with like the, that song, the bagpipe song that everyone plays at their funeral.
Yeah. I think he leaves because as far as the car's concerned, Syndrome was the only threat to Ron at the time. Uh-huh. He wouldn't have known about Kim.
Right.
Yep.
He's gone, cool, that's that sorted.
So he's driven off because he's a stubborn little vehicle.
Yep. Okay, so currently then, there's one partially damaged rocket boot, one severely damaged rocket boot, one functioning rocket wrist launcher, and another intermittently functioning rocket wrist launcher, as well as a wand that currently, the next person to use it will create a misfire.
It looks like a stick in the mud.
Yeah.
I think that's lost.
Chucky gives Kim the wand. And Kim doesn't know anything about Ron.
What do you mean he gives Kim the wand?
As in, like, he goes, I've got a stick, and chucks it at her, and she thinks, hang on a minute, that ginger kid was using this for something a minute ago, and you try and use it, but Chucky knows it's going to backfire.
I don't think she's that stupid.
Well, I don't think they're stupid in it. Like, I don't think either of them know that there's a risk of backfire. So, but what kind of spell is Kim Possible going to
I don't think she's
cast to dispatch Chucky with?
I think if Chucky threw anything at her, she'd swat it away.
Yeah. This wand is now just useless. None of them know it's a wand.
It's a stick.
It's a stick on the ground.
Yeah, Kim would catch it and
play fetch. He snaps it in half, and he snaps the wand in half, and now he's got these two little wooden dagger
stick
things.
Shanks.
Yeah, little stick shanks.
Yeah.
With 50% success rate.
And he's a doll, so he just stands on one leg and starts spinning ferociously on his little leg.
He's a dizzy boy.
Holding these
Done a lot of spinning in this fight.
And just is now a spinning cyclone of death. How are you getting near that?
That severely slows him down. Like in terms of
he's
spinning fast,
Beyblade.
But in terms of moving in mud, he's just digging a hole. It's just become a drill.
Oos.
And then she just goes and pops a pumpkin over the hole. Stamps it down a little. Lovely. He's dug a hole, gone right down. She's picked up one of the rocket wrist pack things, aimed it down the hole.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
I mean, yeah, Kirk, you well and truly could have gone down there, like, because you just snapped Syndrome's neck. You're there in that area. You probably.
Oh, I see.
You could have even
picked his rockets.
You could have even kicked the rocket boots on and like burnt her. But I'm sorry, I'm giving it to Dan based on the fact that you literally picked up a useless stick, span yourself around, and then he fucking fires a missile at you.
Shit.
I'm sorry, Kirk. The point's going to Dan.
Oh no. Fair enough.
Right. So after an abysmal episode 10 for your boy Thick Jim, who didn't get a single point,
yes.
Kirk is once again in the comeback.
Yeah. I'd like to change my point. I get no.
To Kirk is now on 9.
Yeah.
I'm on 10. And I think for the first time ever, Smokey D's taken the lead.
No, I've been in the lead.
Oh, you've been in the lead a couple
Kirk's the only one that's never been in the lead.
Oh, wounded Kirk shit, wasn't he?
Well,
so
that doesn't mean you won't win the whole thing.
So, episode 10 is in the books. We hope that you enjoyed our spooky episode, Thundercrap.
Thundercrap.
Thundercrap. There's the title episode.
Thundercrap. Yep, that's the title of the episode. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Right at the end.
Okay. Thank you very much for listening, and we hope that we will hear you again. Oh, no. We hope that you will hear us again in episode 11. Which is our penultimate episode of season 1. Thanks everyone for listening, and as always, like and follow our podcast on the Spotifys, the Facebooks, the Instagrams. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please give us a rating and a review. It really does help us out a lot. And other than that, enjoy
and do not forget to message our Facebook page with points.
And questions.
Give questions, give points. We'll only take, I say, to keep it fair, you can only give 1 point like per question. Like you can't go like James gets 2 points for this answer kind of thing. But you can give as many points for as many questions as you want.
Yep.
Like if you want to go back and give a point for every question that we've done, go for it.
Yep. Please feel free. And we will. Well, we hope that you enjoy your spooky evening and spooky season.
Spooky weekend.
And we will see you in November. Who knows, we may have another Prime Minister by then. And we look forward to you coming back and seeing us in episode 11.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.